Hello. 4 p.m. movement snack in preparation. People still in the garden or sunny spots or balconies. Doors are open. Thank you, Mr. B. Come on everyone, lovely to see you. Come on in, the water's lovely. Yorkshire are in, Wales are in, Northumberland, Bristol. Thank you for joining me. Still in the mission, still going strong. Movement missioners. If you've just tuned in on a catch up, don't worry, we will get moving. This is the infamous 4-minute countdown. Getting us ready for the movement snack. Our last 10-minute snack today, which means we've accumulated 30 additional movement minutes, assuming you've done the other snacks. London, hello. And Greece, hello. How's everyone? I challenged you at the lunchtime snack to crowbar in some extra heel raises. Did anyone do that? Any extra chair rises or any extra slow sit down into chairs? Hello George, good to see you too. Back and ready. So hopefully these snacks really can give you a little box of tools, a little box of movement snack tools to literally crowbar into your day, to keep the tools permanently on hand, to optimize standing, to be more active in sitting, especially at this time when we're all a little bit cocooned, but it applies in general. Let's say this is the 1 and a bit minute warning, and then we'll go. No, we won't go, we'll start. Wrong word. Last minutes. Anyone else in? Final offers. Think about where you're going to start. Are you going to start in stand? Are you going to start in sit? Switch between the two. Good afternoon, Joy. Shrewsbury still in. Vivian still in. Okay, I'm going to do it. Because if I start a tiny bit early, we can crowbar in some extra stuff. Maybe. 3, 2, 1. Go. Good afternoon. It's still me, Bex Townley, here for movement snack number 3 today of week 3, day 15 of this Make Movement Your Mission. Sole aim to accumulate extra movement minutes over and above anything else you're doing. No one's saying this is your structured exercise workout. Whatever else you're doing, we want to reduce sitting time, optimize time in standing, or be more active in sitting. If you've joined us through this period, or you've done a few days with us of these accumulative 30-minute snacks, you'll know that this 4 p.m. session focuses on slow, calming, 3-dimensional movements. By that we mean we have arm movements, trunk movements, some weight transfer, some head movements perhaps, all designed to improve movement. And if we're in standing, it might challenge your balance a little bit, so we want to hold on to some supports, but everything has a seated alternative. Ready, steady, go. Pick your position then. So here we go. Stand or sit, adopt the position, something there, close to hand if you need, at the right height for you, so that you can just give yourself a little bit of extra confidence to allow you to move more freely. Get your balance across both feet, stand up tall, and we can start the circulation boost. So we start all of our sessions with about a minute and a bit of this circulation boosting movement. As you can see, it comes, drives from the floor, and I'm looking to really articulate the ankles. Steady pace, slow knees, stand up tall, bring in the arms, 1, 2 or both, as and when you feel confident. Keep going in standing, please. Steady pace. In seated, it's the lift from away from the back of the chair, and then a little bit of hip walk forward. Bring the legs with you so that you're sat round about centre of the chair, and we too then focus on ankle mobility here. So pushing up the ankles first, or if you prefer, or if it's better for you, we can start on the upper body shoulder actions. That could be a single arm, it can alternate arms, or we can bring them together and start to bring in just a little bit of turn as well. So pick what's best for you. Rhythmical movements, controlled ranges of movement, being mindful, keep going on that seated, being mindful of how you stood and your foot placement, and are we really making the most of our foot and toe actions. At the end of the circ boost, we'll just have a moment of probably a deeper breath, because we've literally boosted the circulation. We've done exactly what we wanted to do. I just want to move into a little bit more footwork, mobility, weight transfer work now. So in standing, pick up support if you want to. We have this diagonal side tap. So I'm bringing in a little bit of movement around the hips. It's definitely a toe tap. I'm not transferring weight. So I'm starting to get a little bit more work from the supporting leg also. You may prefer to have 2 hands on support for this one. Keep the posture lifted, keep going with that. In seated, it's the same. The angle is important. On the seat, we have a bit of extension also, and it's still just the toe. I don't want your leg round here somewhere. It's out in front on a diagonal. Okay, on a diagonal. It's just reaching further away and tapping the toe. Foot placement, bring the heels all the way back each time. So the other leg, the heel is down. The other leg, the heel is down. Okay, and in standing, we're here. Okay, good. Take a pause. Just a little bit, a few shoulder rolls from our mobility routine this morning. Just lift and open a little bit more. Keep the head still. And just take an extra trunk rotate from our morning routine again. So just a little bit of turn, just to get the trunk moving and turning. Same in stand. Little few of those. Keep the hips still. And take a pause. I put in the extra shoulders and trunk because of the 3-dimensional movements we're about to do. So in life, generally, as we go about our life, we have lots of things happening at any one time in the body. There may be head movements, there may be a transfer of weight, there's arm movements, there's trunk movements. That's what we try to replicate here, but in a more thoughtful and mindful way. So I'm going to build up, I'm going to layer this up and join in, pick it up as you see it. I'm going to show you the standing option first. The arm option, fingers on. We've been doing this one in these days. It's the float up and the float down. Alternate arms, exactly the same in the chair. Exactly the same. Arms come under shoulder height. Keep using the support. I'm moving away so you can see, or something higher if you want to. Or you might just want to shift your hips a little bit so now you can move more freely. We're after this smooth, fluid movement. Can you see the wrists are in on here? This is the movement for the arms. It's the same as seated. It's the same. And you control the pace and speed. And it should feel quite... You can bring the breath into that, yes? So inhale and exhale. Take a pause. If you like that and you're happy with that, and that's all you want to do today, focus on the arms. Here's some leg options if you want. First one is the knee bend. So we have bend and stand. And this one is really controlled and fluid. Pick a movement that's comfortable for you. It's very small. I don't want big squat movements. It's literally a bend and a stand. And we focus on extend and stand. And really slow and press down. And as and when, we can bring both arms in. If you want to add on to that, hold on to some support here. We can add a slow head turn. So now we have 3 things. Obviously, I forgot to do my legs. I've got my knee bend, I've got my head turn, and I've got the arm. So it's our little head turn from our morning routine. Keep using the support if you need. In seated, instead of the knee bend, you have feet wider. You have a little weight shift across the buttocks. So you have, here's the weight shift. Here's the arms, here's the head turn. And at any point in time, we're trying to have all of those movements happening at the same time. And you may feel that suddenly you realise your arms have stopped, or your head stopped, or you've stopped the sway. The aim is to have all of those things moving. Okay, take a pause. Let's continue something that we've been having a go at in these days. We've changed the fluid arm action in sit or stand. In sit if you haven't tried it before. So we started with just fingertip light touch in each corners of the trunk, like so you can see. The aim here is to move round one place. Move round one place of the square. You just move round one place of the square, and then over time we can start to make that a little bit more fluid. So the 4 corners of the trunk just give us a reference point, and see if you can have both of those arms moving now around that. It becomes more like 2 circles. And seated it's the same. Lift and open the posture, balanced across the buttocks, balanced across the feet, and take a pause. What we can then start to do is add a little bit of weight shift. Now in the chair, that's foot slightly forward, like so, and your weight shift really comes from the buttocks and the trunk. So I'm shifting, I go this way so you can see, here and here. So I'm still lifted, I'm just shifting my weight from one buttock to the other, and I'm using the feet also here. And then I can pick up again on this circular movement. See how we go on that. And in standing, we're going to shift the weight from left to right, a little bit, just a little bit of a weight transfer. And then we can start to bring in the arms. If you prefer to just leave hands behind, just focus on one arm on a circle, and then the other, that's okay. Or you can lean on the chair here, so you can still have a little bit of a weight transfer here, and we can shift across like so. As and when, you can bring in a bit of a head turn as well, but there's a lot going on there. Just try to feel those movements, focus on your posture, focus on the anchor points through your buttocks and through your feet. If it all goes wrong, we stop and go again. All right, a few stretches to finish. Here we go, coming up to the last bit of the movement snack. Let's take a chest stretch. So slide the hands back into position here. Hands are here, all this way around, might be more comfortable. Take an open chest position, keep the head still and looking forwards. In standing, it's the same. Hold that position, maintaining normal breathing here. You might want to take a release, have a breath, and you may want it again. So if you have any problems with your shoulders and you don't want to put your hands around there, we just open the chest and just a few seconds in and out of these. Move slowly in and out of these stretches, and we build up time, 8-12 seconds over time, and release. Back and thigh stretch. Let's have a go at this one. So everyone in seated now, please, unless you're happy and you know the standing option. I'm not going to cover the standing option. So sit or stand, extend the leg, relax the foot, unlock the knee, and then lengthen out of the hips. Now hold this position. You might want to adjust your buttocks a little bit in the chair. This heel is firmly on the floor on the flat foot. If you feel the stretch, you're in the right place. If you feel you could get a bit more stretch out there, hands on the bent leg, and then ease slowly forward. So it's a forward hinge. And as we hinge, can you see my back still straight here? I'll increase that stretch, hold it here. Again, we're looking to slow count, 8, 10, 12, 20 seconds, a little bit more. If you feel you have enough, you come out, release the leg, and you might want to go in for a second time. Let's do the other leg. Extend. Here's the checks. The foot is fairly relaxed. The knee is off the lock, a little bit bent. Lift up. Have you got the stretch? If you have the stretch already, stay where you are. That's the hold position. Hold, hold, hold. Counting up to 20, 25, 30 is okay. If you feel you can squeeze a little bit more, we take this hinge forwards, maintaining normal breathing. If at any point you've had enough or the stretch feels too strong, you move slowly out of that. Let's do one more. Upper side stretch, including back of arms. So stand or sit, you choose. If you're in stand, leave one hand behind. If you're in sit. Let's bring one hand towards shoulder here and start to ease this up, or just walk it over the back. So the first part of the stretch is here. Hold this here, and you can see we're stretching the back of the arms, kind of out of shoulder movement. Keep the head still. Hand on for support if you're in stand. Hand on the side of the chair if you're in sit. And now let's go for an extra. Reach up, out the side, and then we come straight back out. So you're reaching straight up. Other side, here we go. Bend at the elbow, ease it up, or walk it over. Keep the head still. Doesn't matter how far that goes or doesn't go. Pause at its natural sticking point. Hold it here. Here's your first count. 8, 12 seconds. Second part of the stretch now, if you can, extend up, hold onto the chair straight up, but it comes straight back out. So it's just a moment of squeeze and lift. If getting your arm up there isn't for you, we can reach forwards out of the slide, or forwards with two hands. So we've got a stretch down here. Do you feel stretched? That is the end of our movement snack. That's 30 minutes in the movement snack bag today. The whole aim of this initiative we're in is to get little snacks more frequently and often. So if you do these movement snacks either with me or at a time that's better for you, that's 30 minutes every single day in addition to all the other things you're doing. More minutes means more gains. When it comes to movement, when it comes to physical activity, more is generally better. Lovely. Ready? The end. Keep on moving. See you tomorrow morning for the 8 a.m. breakfast movement snack. See you then. Thank you.